Everything is all about Nigeria. We want to talk like them. We want to act like them.
I just felt like she was giving compliments for the most part, honestly. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I hope you stay to join the family. Okay, so guys, first of all, disclaimer: these videos I make are not meant to direct hate towards any country or towards individuals of any nationality, because some of us listen to defend, we don't listen to understand. I've noticed that a lot in the comments these days, so please, okay, especially if you are going to go down to comment, then please watch the video to the end. Thank you guys. So Nigeria, of course, it's always on the lips of media people, some individuals from, especially on the African continent, especially when it is entertainment-based discussion or cultural-based discussion. Nigeria is always on the forefront for obvious reasons. It's always in the conversations for obvious reasons. And so this Cameroonian lady has come and she came out and said some things, you know, regarding Nigeria and how Cameroonians are feeding themselves with too much content and how they should support their own and all of that. And a lot of people have come for her. This video is not recent. This video is actually about a month old, but the reason I'm making this video to address this woman's video is because I feel like some of the people I saw talk about this video did not really address it from the perspective that I actually saw it from, you know, and that's why I just want to make a video on it. Okay, so first of all, let's see the clip and then we'll be right back.
Oh, that it is the pride of every people is their culture, and this is what these Nigerians have shown us, that they would go anywhere to the furthermost part of this world, they would carry their culture along. So no, they equally practice the 80-20. But the difference between theirs is they don't become, or they're not transformed into the other people when they are faced with 20%. They carry theirs. They walk like a superpower. They go with a superiority complex. So they believe in what they have. And this is what the 80-20 is all about. That since we love Nigerians, since we have been used to them, since we've been consuming their products for a long time, how about us also valorize our own just like they have done? That's why their names keep coming up every time in the conversation. Now, where do we have an issue? If you keep on consuming for all other people, continuously project other people, continuously put other people before yours, before long yours will be dead. So it is funny, for lack of a better word, to see Cameroonians using slangs, using words, borrowing everything that comes from Nigeria and putting theirs under the table. Like you don't see anything from Cameroon that is worth it. Everything is all about Nigeria. We want to talk like them. We want to act like them. And why do we feel our own things are not good enough and Nigerians are superpowers like that? Not necessarily because they are more talented. Not necessarily, keyword, because they are they have a comparative advantage over us. It is just because our taste buds have been altered. Why? From consuming their products for such a long time. So all Pancho is here to tell you, yes, these people have awesome things, but look within you, you would also see those things. It is no hate. It is just telling you to prioritize your own, to look within yourselves. Even when you say the things you produce are not good, it is not. See, a mother's child is never ugly to the mother. All this below standard, when something is not nice, we will not consume. Oh, no. It just makes me understand that you do not have the spirit of patriotism, or you still do not understand that or you don't have that sense of belonging. That's why we still have this inferiority complex when we're faced with even the French side of Cameroon or the Nigerians. So what am I on about? We are just saying 9 out of 10 times for me it is Cameroonians. I will blog about Cameroon stuff. I will do things that is meant for Cameroon. I will project my country. Doesn't mean I will not talk about Nigeria. I will talk about them. But when I talk about them, does that mean now I will automatically everything about them, everything? No. It's the same way. When they talk about us, it is once in a blue moon. Why don't we replicate that? Because we are scared. We are not confident with what we have. We just want to be them. The difference is they don't want to be you, but we want to be them. So you would be like, hey, Shebi, Cameroonians will be Shebi, Jo, Sha, Jere, and all of that. We have our own slangs, we have our own balance. So why are we this complex? So it is sheer stupidity when somebody comes under a post when we're talking about something about Nigerians and you cannot see that that is actually the 20%, or at least we were not enemies, so we can as well talk about them. And the person goes, don't talk about Nigerians. Or when Nigerians out of a blue moon decide to talk about a superstar that is celebrated worldwide, Cameroonians feel like they've done something. The complex, this inferiority complex that we have is alarming. And I really think that Cameroonians can go back to the drawing board.
So guys, honestly for me, when I saw this video, I just felt like she was giving compliments for the most part, honestly. Even though there were some things I didn't agree with, but I will talk about the reasons why I didn't agree with them. But for the most part, I felt like she was, because again, when she said, you know, these Nigerians have showed us that the pride of every person or people is their culture. They will carry it on their head. They will take wherever they go, and And this is actually true of Nigerians. Nigerians are really proud of their culture and their country, irrespective of the challenges of the country, and they will showcase it wherever they go, period. You know, they are never ashamed to showcase their culture, whether it's in dance, music, food, dressing and grooming, anything. So she's right about that. And you guys know I've talked about this in previous videos before, about how, you know, Nigeria is opening the eyes of some African countries now to the possibilities. You know, they are making them see that, oh, their culture too can be exported. Oh, their music too can be exported, you know, and it's opening up the eyes of some African countries to the possibilities. Now, again, some people have said, where was this energy when it was American songs dominating their airwaves? Where was this energy when it was the American culture, American way of dressing, and all of that was dominating their airwaves? Why didn't they complain about how they should do more of their own and not the American own? And to an extent, you guys have talked about this point before. Again, I feel like maybe some of the reasons why we see majority of African countries that are now coming forward to say, let's consume more of our own than Nigerian own. The reason why we see them coming out now, unlike when it was American, especially, that was dominating their airwaves, is because I feel like to an extent, majority of the other African countries felt that, I think they saw the American culture, music and everything dominating as something that was just normal. They felt like, oh, that is how it is everywhere else. They are just like the standard, so to speak. They're like the superpowers. I don't know. And it didn't really seem like something that could be competed with. They didn't really see it as something that they could compete with. But now that it is Nigeria, and Nigeria is coming out more and it seems to be dominating more, you know, and Nigeria is closer to home, it's making them now be like, whoa, if Nigeria can do it, then why can't we? I feel like because Nigeria is achieving these things, it's now making it seem to them like something that they can achieve as well. It's not making it seem like something that should be achievable for them as well, unlike before. So I feel like to an extent too, that's not a bad thing. Not making them seem like, oh, if Nigeria can do it, then why can't we? You know, why can't we embrace our own culture as well? Why can't we do our own thing? Why can't we export our own culture or our own music, our own entertainment as well? So I feel like, again, in that regard, Nigeria is impacting positively. The only problem is that sometimes some people address it from a place of, you know, envy, pettiness, and, you know, and not from the right perspective, I would say, you know. But generally, I would say if we're looking at it from a healthy discussion, it's not bad in itself. However, if she's saying Cameroonians, if they don't patronize their music or whatever, then they are not being patriotic. And so I would just like to say that Nigerians are not really patronizing their music and their songs and their entertainment because of patriotism. Nigerians would not listen to a song that they don't enjoy or that they don't vibe to, even if it's made by a Nigerian. Okay, so Nigerians start consuming all of these songs and entertainment because those in the entertainment industry are also upping their game and they are producing, you know, quality products, and that's why Nigerians too are consuming it. That's why the world too is vibing to these songs and everything. So if I thought she's going to give advice in that regard, I would say it's not enough to tell Cameroonians to patronize on the basis of patriotism. It will not work. It is more about to encourage the industry now to find ways to grow so that they can produce products that can compete, so that the Cameroonians too can now say, okay, we too have something that can compete, and they can vibe to that. So that is one of the first things that I didn't agree with that she mentioned. The only thing I don't agree with in some of our discussions was when she was talking about how Nigerians only talk about them once in a blue moon, only consume their own a blue moon, and all of that. And again, you guys know one other Cameroonian lady I talked about this before, about how Nigerians don't know the name of their president, Nigerians don't know their songs, and but they consume everything Nigerian, they know everything that's about Nigeria and all of that. And again, you guys know I've talked about this before. When they say these things, I just be like, ha, because again, they are not the only ones. Some other African countries to talk about how they consume Nigerian content and Nigeria does not reciprocate and all of that. And again, this is not a deliberate effort on the part of Nigerians to say, oh, they are not going to consume Cameroonian content, they are not going to consume content that is from this place. No. If Cameroonians like this lady and the other lady, if they know anything about Nigeria, either in news, entertainment, all of this, they know it because it is relevant to them. For example, in Nigeria, most Nigerians know something about the US, know something about some other countries. Why? Because when you're talking about world discussion in general, the US is relevant in almost every aspect. And so they would usually come up in any discussion, they will make the news in any discussion. And so it is only normal that within the African continent, especially when Nigeria is making so much waves, especially on the entertainment front, it is only normal that they are relevant in most conversations in many African countries within the continent. And that's why they come up in conversations. And it is only normal that citizens of these countries absorb this information naturally. So most of these people that know these things about Nigeria, it is not because they are making a conscious effort to say, oh, I want to make a conscious effort to learn the name of president of Nigeria, to learn their music because I want to support. No, that's how it works. Most of the information that they absorb is unconsciously as a result of the fact that Nigerian news is relevant to an extent within the continent, and they just absorb it most times unconsciously. And so within Nigeria too, Nigerians will consume mostly news that is relevant in the discussion. You cannot deny now that within the continent, some countries come up in the news more than others, like the US and others. There are some other countries that will only come up in the news once in a while. So it is always based on the order of how are they relevant in that conversation or discussion. So I don't know if I'm making sense. So it is never from a place of saying no. So, for example, we consume a lot of American news, we consume a lot of American entertainment, especially in the past. We consume a lot of their songs, a lot of their movies, a lot of their entertainment in general. But we never felt like America too needs to reciprocate and start consuming our own, because that would be silly. A lot of us consume entertainment because we enjoy it, and that is just it. Generally in the world, art is almost spiritual, and we consume it either in form of song or movies if we enjoy it, mostly not caring where it is from. It just happens that Nigeria is kind of trending when it comes to music. Afrobeat is like the vibe now, so a lot of people are vibing to it. It has very little to do with showing support to the country. It's just about what is vibing now, and everybody's vibing to it. So it is not really fair to say, oh, you expect Nigerians now to also reciprocate to all the other countries of the world that are vibing to Afrobeat or watching their movies. It's just. So again, another thing I don't agree really with is what she said about the 80-20 rule, and saying no, Nigerians don't really practice 80-20, especially when it comes to their culture. Nigerians just embrace their culture and they just carry it everywhere they go. They are proud of it. It has really nothing to do with a percentage or anything like that. But overall, I honestly feel like what she's saying about Cameroonians embracing their own is not bad in itself. As I said before, it's good that Nigeria is making this kind of impact, for these countries. Or just as she said Nigerians have shown us that this is how we should do it. So I feel like it's not bad in itself to say, so let us do the same as well. It's good that Nigeria is making impact in this way. The only thing is that for these people, making these conversations, to talk about these things holistically, not let it be in a manner that seems embittered, but to talk about it from a healthy point of view. Because when the motive is not malicious, most of the time, then you're able to do these things in the right way, and that is just it, guys. But I feel for the most part, she was actually giving compliments, in my opinion. So that's it, guys. So again, these videos are not meant to direct any form of hate or to say one person is lesser than one person, please. Okay, so please let us all be civil in the comments. That's it for this video, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Please like this video so the algorithm can recommend it, and don't forget to subscribe. If you watch this video and you don't subscribe, what are you doing? Okay, guys, and that's it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.